Here is truly a miracle in the desert. A whole new outlet for the crowded millions in big cities. A Palm Springs with water. Here is where you can find the good life in the sun. Today, the Salton Riviera, beside the blue Salton Sea, is the place for you to take charge of your future. At the Salton Riviera, there is never a let-up in progress. This unusual city has a date with destiny. Here you can get away from the crowds, the hustle and bustle of the big city. A planned community without the hodgepodge of big city growth. With an average smog-free temperature of 70 degrees, you can enjoy your life more fully, both mentally and physically, at the Salton Riviera.
The first time I laid eyes on the Salton Sea was during a geography field trip through Grossmont College. After many of the students finished setting up their tents in the dark, a few of us, maybe 3 or 4, decided that we wanted to go see what this dying sea looked like. So we began to walk over to some boulders next to our campsite, assuming that the lake lay just beyond them. But as we walked past them, and down a small slope, we found no water. All we found was sand. So we continued to walk forward, looking for water. Slowly, sand turned to barnacle shells, and every few feet we would find a dried fish skeleton. Then we found it. Shallow green water laid by our feet. As we looked around, we could see no longer our campsite. All there seemed to be in the world was the green water, the barnacle shells, fish bones, and the darkness. I thought for sure I was in hell. The Salton Sea, the result of an irrigation accident in 1905, once brought people by the thousands to enjoy the fishing, water skiing, and relaxing that it had to offer during the 1950s and 60s. Now, thanks to water diversions, the only water going into the sea is from highly polluted agricultural runoff that is adding to the sea's salinity. This, with the fact that there is still not enough water flowing into the sea, is making the sea twice as salty as the ocean, and is exposing the toxins in the lake bed that is causing respiratory problems in adults, and especially in children. The Today Show even said that, quote, "Here in Imperial County, children go to the hospital for asthma at a rate 2 to 3 times higher than anywhere else in the state. The Salton Sea must be cleaned up now, and the California government must act now to prevent extinction of some birds who use the sea during their migrations, who have nowhere else to go, and to protect the health of the people around the sea. Californians must realize the problems at the sea will not solve itself, and letting the Salton die will result in toxic dust storms that do not just affect the area around the sea, but can blow into places like Palm Springs that can affect the people there too. As San Diegans, there is plenty we can do. Talk about the sea to other people. Call up the government and tell them to get on with their 10-year plan to help stop the dust from blowing. And perhaps vote for Proposition 68 that, according to a KPBS article, will fund $2 million towards the 10-year plan. We must act now to save the 400 species of birds who visit the sea, people's health, and ourselves."